in this last session on casting off, I'm going to show you the 3-needle cast off. This is where you can join two pieces of knitting together that have the same number of stitches without having to sew along the edge after you've cast off. You can cast them off together. This is particularly useful if you decide you're going to use the short row approach for shoulders. As we mentioned before, this can give you a lovely straight edge along the top there. Now in this particular example I did cast off, but you could join a shoulder like this with a corresponding shoulder on the other side using a 3-needle cast off instead of casting them off individually. It's a great use of the 3-needle cast off. So let's show you how to actually do it. So you've got to have the same number of stitches on each to start with, and you put your two pieces of work together right sides in. So here we have the right sides on the inside facing each other. The needles are parallel and I'm going to be working this way. Now I've happened to have the end that I'm going to use for this cast off on the back needle. It doesn't really matter which one it is on, and in fact if they're both at the other end you could just use a fresh piece of yarn. So here we go, they are held together and it's basically just knitting stitches together from the front and the back at the same time. So there we go, pop into those first 2 stitches, knit them. I have got a piece of yarn here from the back needle, so I'm going to knit those together and take them off both needles. I'm going to do the same with the next 2 stitches, knit them together, and now I'm going to use that back needle to grab the first stitch and pass it over the second. Now let's do that all again. Knit the next 2 together. There we go. Take them off and grab the first stitch and pass it over the second. So we're going to do this all the way along. So let's see what the final result looks like. Okay, so now they're all cast off together, and turn it over and we have a nice even cast off edge, as you can see there. Nice and firm, nice and strong. Sometimes people worry if they use a cast off that it won't be as strong as a sewn cast off, but this certainly is, and it's nice and neat on both sides. So that is the 3-needle cast off.